You've been taught to hustle for everything: success, approval, even peace. But what if all that effort is pushing you further from what you truly need? You keep trying to control every part of your life, but it's never enough. How many times have you felt stuck, only to find yourself chasing more of the same? It's time to question what you think you know about happiness. What if letting go is the only way forward? Are you ready to break free from the lies that are holding you back? If you're truly committed to your personal growth, now's the perfect moment to take action. Subscribe to our channel Motivation Basics and like this video if you're committed to improve every day. Don't keep this to yourself and share it with someone who's ready to break through their own barriers today. Let's stop talking and start doing this together. Philosophical explorations are like blinking stars in the immense expanse of the cosmos of concepts. They shed light on the shadows cast by the unknown. During this intellectual journey, Eckhart Tolle's teachings beckon us to delve into the greatest enigmas of human existence. These powerful yet concise insights invite readers to go on a path of self-reflection and new understanding. How do these expressions shed light on the essence of reality, the nature of our thoughts, and the meaning of life? How might they make us question our assumptions and explore the mysteries of the human mind? Here, we will dissect the effectiveness of Eckhart Tolle's teachings and the facts they show about the world. 1. The present moment is all you ever have. The relationship between time and how we perceive change is an intriguing and frequently contradictory facet of human existence, and this quote touches on it. The present moment is all you ever have is an axiomatic statement that applies to many parts of existence and our experience of reality. Everything is always in a state of flux, from the rules of physics that reveal the cosmos is constantly evolving to societal shifts, technological advances, and individual experiences. Eckhart Tolle, in The Power of Now, emphasizes that our greatest suffering comes from being trapped in the past or anxiously awaiting the future. He writes, "Nothing ever happened in the past. It happened in the now. Nothing will ever happen in the past. It happened in the now. Nothing will ever happen in the future. It will happen in the now." This insight reshapes our perception of time and encourages us to fully inhabit each moment rather than getting lost in regrets or worries about what's to come. The second part of this teaching, which reads, "When you stop trying to force life to be something else, you will find that everything is already perfect," delves into our perceptions of time and change, both in the here and now and in the distant past. Because we are so engrossed in our daily activities, changes may appear insignificant or unnoticeable. Still, it's common to notice how drastically things have changed when we stop and reflect on the present moment. 2. Accept that you are tired. This teaching invites us to embrace the moment, complete with all its limitations and challenges, and see it as an opportunity for growth. The main point is that no matter how overwhelming life may feel, there is always space for acceptance and peace. Eckhart Tolle often speaks about resistance as the root of suffering. In A New Earth, he explains that much of our suffering comes from resisting what is. He states, "Whatever you fight, you strengthen, and what you resist persists." When we resist exhaustion or struggle against it, we only add layers of frustration and stress. Instead, by fully accepting our tiredness, acknowledging it without judgment, we allow our body and mind to enter a state of restoration. In moments of exhaustion or frustration, this idea can provide us comfort by reminding us that fatigue is simply a part of the human experience. It's a natural sign that we need to rest, but it also shows us that we need not be attached to it. By accepting our tiredness, we open ourselves to the possibility of renewal and peace. Remembering that the present moment is enough can help us remain grounded and receptive to the boundless opportunities for relaxation and healing that lie ahead. 3. When you realize you are not the mind, you will no longer be its prisoner. There are other ways to look at this concept. From a purely mental perspective, it implies that awareness and detachment from negative thoughts help free us from the constant chatter of the mind. Eckhart Tolle repeatedly emphasizes that our identification with thought is the primary cause of suffering. In The Power of Now, he writes, "The beginning of freedom is the realization that you are not the thinker." When we identify too strongly with our thoughts, we become trapped in their endless loop, unable to see beyond them. But when we step back and observe our mind, we realize that we are something deeper, a conscious presence behind our thoughts. One could argue that the only way to fully appreciate life's true nature is to be mindful and present. True freedom and fulfillment come from transcending mental patterns and undue attachment to false identities, as Tolle suggests in his statement that when we stop identifying with our mind, we truly find peace. This realization may be rooted in a deeper spiritual or philosophical reality. A stronger and more lasting feeling of inner peace can be ours when we let go of the mind's illusions and connect with something greater than ourselves. 4. Let go of the need to control. This idea, which is frequently discussed in philosophical and spiritual circles, proposes that we can only discover inner peace when we release our desire to control every aspect of our lives. Eckhart Tolle teaches that control is an illusion. In A New Earth, he explains that the ego thrives on control, believing that if it can manipulate reality, it will secure happiness. But the more we try to control life, the more suffering we create for ourselves. He reminds us, you find peace not by rearranging the circumstances of your life, but by realizing who you are at the deepest level. Tolle argues that we should not limit ourselves to the facades that we and society have built for us. When he says, let go of control, he means to surrender to life as it is, without resistance, to uncover inner peace. This suggests a path away from stress, anxiety, and the need to force things to go our way in order to establish a connection with more authentic and lasting joy. 5. Don't doubt your worth. Don't run from who you are. Whatever our standards or how we measure up to others, Tolle argues that we are divine beings of immense worth simply for existing in the present moment. The power of now, he reminds us, you are here to enable the divine purpose of the universe to unfold. That is how important you are. This shifts the focus from self, doubt, and comparison to an inherent recognition of our value. According to this point of view, we should all take pride in the fact that we are unique and valuable in the ways that we can contribute to the world. In addition, Tolle is urging us to face and love ourselves, flaws and all. When he says, don't run from who you are, in his view, the key to a rich and fulfilling existence is being true to oneself and accepting oneself as one is in the present moment. Understanding that our imperfections and limits are part of what makes us whole is an essential component of this acceptance, which goes beyond simply acknowledging our attributes. 6. The mind is a wonderful servant but a terrible master. Tolle discusses the universal feeling that material wealth and happiness cannot satiate the fundamental need or emptiness that exists within each of us. One possible outcome of this interpretation is the belief that such intense desires indicate the presence of a deeper spiritual need that can only be satisfied by being present in the moment. The belief that we are not the mind implies that there is more to life than the constant pursuit of external goals. Life on earth is seen by many spiritual traditions as a journey of awakening, a realization that true peace lies not in the future or in things, but in the present. 7. You are not a problem that needs to be solved. In life, we often feel pressure to fix ourselves, to improve, to solve our problems. This notion of being a work in progress or constantly needing to change can lead to feelings of inadequacy and frustration. However, the truth is, we are not problems to be fixed. Instead, we are human beings with inherent worth and potential, worthy of acceptance, just as we are. It's easy to get caught in the cycle of self-improvement, but peace comes when we realize that we don't need to become anything other than who we already are. Eckhart Tolle teaches that the belief that we need to fix ourselves stems from the ego, which constantly tells us we are not enough. In The Power of Now, he writes, "You are not your mind," reminding us that we are not your mind, reminding us that we are not defined by the thoughts or judgments that run through our heads. When we stop identifying ourselves by our perceived flaws and limitations, we find a deeper sense of peace. The idea that we are not problems to be solved shifts our focus to simply being, to living in the moment without the constant pressure to change. 8. Don't shine so others can see you. Shine so that through you others can see the present moment. In a world driven by the desire for external validation, it's easy to fall into the trap of shining only for the recognition of others. This creates a cycle where our worth is dependent on how others perceive us, making true inner peace difficult to achieve. However, true fulfillment comes not from seeking admiration, but from letting the present moment flow through us, allowing our lives to reflect the beauty of simply being. Eckhart Tolle speaks to this idea in A New Earth, where he emphasizes the importance of surrendering the ego and allowing life to unfold naturally. He writes, "You are here to enable the divine purpose of the universe to unfold. That is how important you are." When we let go of the need to shine for others and instead focus on being present, we allow the light of the present moment to shine through us. This shift brings not only personal peace, but also invites others to experience the depth and richness of life as it is. 9. Hardships often prepare ordinary people for extraordinary presence. Life often presents us with challenges that feel overwhelming, leaving us questioning our path. It's easy to see hardship as something negative, something that holds us back from happiness or success. But if we shift our perspective, we can recognize that hardship is an invitation to grow, to become more present, and to deepen our awareness of the present moment. Difficulties are not roadblocks. They are the conditions under which we can truly awaken. Eckhart Tolle teaches that suffering, while painful, can be an opportunity for awakening. In The Power of Now, he writes, "When you go into the pain body, you will find that it is only the mental patterns that keep you trapped. By accepting and experiencing hardship without resistance, we can free ourselves from the suffering caused by mental patterns and open up to the deeper truth of the present moment." Hardships, therefore, serve as catalysts for awakening, leading us to a more profound understanding of life and presence. 10. Experience is the most brutal of teachers, but it brings us into the present moment. There are moments in life when we are forced to face hard truths, uncomfortable realities, or intense emotions. While these experiences can feel brutal and overwhelming, they often provide the most powerful lessons. Life's toughest moments are often the ones that force us to stop and be fully present, challenging us to confront the present moment without distraction. In The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle explains that pain and difficulty can serve as gateways to deeper awareness. He writes, "Nothing ever happened in the past. It happened in the now. Through challenging experiences, we are brought back to the present, and in that space, we can transcend the illusion of time and truly connect with our inner selves." These experiences remind us that, no matter the external circumstances, the present moment is where transformation and growth happen. 11. Repeated failures are signposts on the road to presence. Failure is often seen as something to be avoided or feared. We may feel defeated or disheartened when we don't achieve our goals, but failure is an inevitable part of the human experience. Rather than something to dread, it is a powerful opportunity to learn and deepen our connection to the present moment. Every setback brings us closer to realizing that success and failure are not the measures of our worth. Eckhart Tolle suggests that our attachments to outcomes are what cause suffering. In A New Earth, he states, "Life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness." Repeated failures can guide us toward greater acceptance of the present moment. When we stop attaching our sense of self to success or failure, we can embrace each experience as part of our journey toward greater presence and peace. 12. You are never too old to set another goal or to embrace the present moment. As we age, it's easy to feel that we've missed opportunities or that it's too late to make significant changes. We may think we're past our prime, that the best of our lives is behind us. However, the truth is that it is never too late to embrace the present moment and set new intentions. Age does not diminish the potential for growth or change. In fact, every moment is an opportunity for renewal and awakening. Eckhart Tolle emphasizes that the present moment is timeless and available to all of us, no matter our age. In The Power of Now, he encourages us to realize that the present moment is all you ever have. No matter how many years have passed, we can always return to the now. Letting go of attachments to the past and future allows us to set new goals and find joy in the unfolding of life, no matter where we are on our journey. 13. Don't let your happiness depend on something you may lose, but on the present moment itself. Many of us tie our happiness to external circumstances, whether it's our career, relationships, or material possessions. We place conditions on our joy, believing that we will be happy only when certain things happen or remain in our lives. However, this approach sets us up for disappointment because everything in life is temporary. Eckhart Tolle teaches that true happiness comes from within and is rooted in the present moment, not in external factors. In A New Earth, he writes, "The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it. When we learn to let go of our attachments to things that can be lost, we find that the present moment offers a peace and contentment that no external condition can provide. By focusing on the now, we can experience a happiness that is unshakable and independent of circumstances." 14. This world is a vast sculptor's workshop, shaping you into presence. Life itself is like a sculptor shaping us, not through external achievements, but by molding us into presence. Each moment, each experience, shapes our awareness and brings us closer to the realization that we are more than our thoughts and stories. The world continuously presents us with opportunities to grow, change, and deepen our connection to the now. Rather than seeing life as a series of obstacles or milestones, we can recognize it as an unfolding process that guides us toward greater awareness. Just as a sculptor works on a statue to reveal its true form, life works on us to uncover the stillness, peace, and presence that are our true nature. Eckhart Tolle teaches that we are all in the process of becoming more attuned to the present moment, and every situation, whether joyous or painful, serves as a tool for this spiritual awakening. In The Power of Now, Tolle reminds us that you are not your mind, urging us to stop identifying ourselves with our thoughts and to realize that we are the ones who observe them. By accepting each moment as it is, we begin to live in harmony with the world, no longer resisting but flowing with life's natural rhythms. With each passing day, we become more fully present. 15. We are mirrors whose brightness, if we are bright, is wholly derived from the light that shines upon us. We are like mirrors reflecting the light of the present moment, and our true brilliance is born from our awareness of the now. Our lives reflect the energy and consciousness that we bring into each moment. Instead of seeing ourselves as separate beings striving to shine, we can recognize that our true brilliance comes from being fully aligned with the present. The more we immerse ourselves in the present moment, the more clearly we reflect the beauty of life itself. According to Eckhart Tolle, our inherent peace and clarity arise when we connect with the present moment rather than being absorbed in past worries or future anxieties. The light of consciousness illuminates our lives when we stop resisting the flow of life and embrace the now. This light reflects who we truly are, beyond the layers of ego and mental noise. When we are present, we mirror the tranquility of the universe, free from the disturbances of worry, and we become a beacon of peace and stillness. 16. There are two kinds of people: those who surrender to the flow of life, and those who cling to their own will, resisting what is. Life constantly invites us to flow with its natural course, but many of us resist, holding tightly to our desires, fears, and expectations. Those who resist life's flow often find themselves trapped in cycles of stress, anxiety, and discontentment. The act of surrendering is not about passivity, but about letting go of the need to control everything and instead trusting that life will unfold as it should. This surrender brings us back to the present moment, where we can find peace. Tolle teaches that surrendering to the flow of life is key to finding peace. Those who resist life's flow are often caught in cycles of worry, stress, and conflict as they attempt to control the uncontrollable. The surrender to the present moment allows us to release the need for constant control, and when we accept what is, we align ourselves with the natural rhythm of life. In doing so, we free ourselves from the burden of worry and realize that life is unfolding exactly as it should, without needing to fight against it. 17. True connection comes when we stop trying to control how we appear to others. In our relationships, we often focus on how we present ourselves to others, fearing judgment or rejection. We try to manipulate our image, shape our words, and present a version of ourselves that we believe others will approve of. However, true connection happens when we let go of this desire for approval and simply allow ourselves to be who we truly are. When we stop trying to control our image, we open ourselves up to authentic, meaningful connections. Tolle emphasizes that we cannot be truly present with others if we are consumed by thoughts of how we appear to them. When we try to manipulate our image or control others' perceptions, we disconnect from the present moment and the authenticity of the interaction. Worrying about what others think keeps us trapped in the mind. True connection happens when we allow ourselves to be seen as we are, without masks or pretenses. By releasing the need for validation, we open ourselves to deeper relationships founded on presence and truth. 18. To love at all is to be vulnerable. Love requires vulnerability because it demands openness and the courage to face both joy and pain. Many of us guard ourselves, afraid to be vulnerable because of the potential for hurt or rejection. However, it is only by surrendering to the present moment, without the worry of future pain or loss, that we can experience true love. Vulnerability becomes a source of strength when we embrace it as part of the journey of loving deeply and fully. Love requires openness, and that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a sign of strength, is what Eckhart Tolle teaches us. It is only by surrendering to the present moment, without the worry of future pain or loss, that we can experience true love. Love requires the courage to be fully present with another, without the need to protect ourselves from hurt. When we stop worrying about the potential for suffering, we allow ourselves the opportunity to experience the depth and beauty of love in the now. 19. What draws people to be friends is that they share the same sense of presence. Friendships based on shared presence are far deeper than those built on shared opinions or common interests. When we are truly present with others, we are able to connect on a level that transcends superficial conversations and external circumstances. Meaningful relationships are born when we cease trying to impress, control, or fix others, and instead allow them to simply be as they are. Tolle speaks about the power of being present with another person, saying that true connection arises when we stop trying to fix or change the other and simply allow them to be. The more we worry about maintaining friendships, the less present we are in them. But when we connect through the present moment, free from the anxiety of expectations or judgments, our relationships deepen in authenticity. 20. Love is not a feeling. It is a decision to act in the best interest of another. Love is often thought of as a fleeting emotion, something that comes and goes depending on how we feel in a given moment. However, true love is a conscious decision, a choice to act with kindness and compassion, regardless of our emotional state. It's an active decision to show up for others, to be present with them, and to care for them without expecting anything in return. For Eckhart Tolle, love transcends fleeting emotions and becomes an active choice to be present for others. It is not something we wait to feel, but something we choose to embody in every moment. Worrying about how we feel or whether we are loved in return keeps us trapped in the mind. Love, in its purest form, is about choosing to act with kindness, presence, and awareness regardless of the circumstances. By living in the now, we can offer love freely without expecting anything in return. 21. You can only see your true nature when you stop trying to be someone you're not. The pressure to fit into a mold or meet external expectations clouds our view of our true self. It's only when we let go of the mask and stop pretending to be something we're not that we can truly see who we are. This quiet, authentic self emerges when we stop trying to live up to others' perceptions and instead embrace the stillness of the present moment. In The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle writes, "You are not a person. You are the awareness behind the person." This shift in perspective helps us see that the true self is not the persona we try to project, but the still, peaceful awareness within us. Only when we drop the need to be someone else can we truly connect with that essence. 22. You can only know love when you stop trying to control it. When we try to control or manipulate love, we deny its true nature. Love is not something we can shape according to our desires or hold on to, for fear of losing it. To experience love's full depth, we must let it flow freely, without expectations or conditions. In A New Earth, Eckhart Tolle explains, love is not selective, desire is selective. Desire is selective. Love is not a strategy. By releasing the need to control love, we open ourselves to its boundless, unconditional nature. Love is not something to be owned. It is something to be owned. It is something to be experienced in the present, unrestricted by fear or control. 23. The mind is a terrible master, but a wonderful servant. The mind, if left unchecked, can dominate our lives, creating chaos and steering us away from the present moment. Yet, when we learn to observe our thoughts without attachment, the mind becomes a powerful tool to enhance our lives, not a source of stress and distraction. In The Power of Now, Tolle reveals that the mind is a superb instrument if used rightly. Used wrongly, however, it becomes very destructive. The key is to stop identifying with the endless chatter of the mind and simply observe it. When we do, the mind serves us, helping us navigate life with clarity and presence, rather than controlling us with fear and worry. 24. In life, there is no hunger that needs to be filled, only presence that desires to give. Human nature often drives us to seek fulfillment through external achievements or possessions. Yet, true satisfaction arises not from what we acquire, but from fully embracing the present moment. By letting go of the constant desire to fill a perceived void, we begin to realize the wholeness already within us. As Tolle writes in The Power of Now, you do not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Embracing the present moment allows us to realize that we are complete and whole, and that true giving comes from a place of inner peace, not from fulfilling an external need. 25. If a person thinks they are not conceited, they are very much attached to their ego. The ego thrives on the illusion of superiority and the need to be seen as free from ego itself. When we believe that we have transcended the ego, it's often a sign that we are deeply attached to it. True freedom comes when we stop identifying with this self-image and live fully in the present moment without needing to prove anything. Tolle discusses this attachment to the ego in A New Earth, where he states, "Ego is no more than this: identification with form, which includes the body, and with thought." When we are attached to the idea of being humble or free from ego, it only reinforces our ego's grip. True liberation comes when we drop these concepts and simply exist in the now, without any labels. 26. Pride is the illusion of separateness. Pride creates a false sense of division between ourselves and others. It's an illusion that makes us feel superior, as though we are separate from the rest of humanity. True spiritual growth is achieved when we see through this illusion and recognize the interconnectedness of all beings. In The Power of Now, Tolle writes, "Pride is a form of resistance to the present moment. This resistance comes from the ego's desire to separate and elevate itself. When we let go of pride, we dissolve the illusion of separateness and embrace the unity that exists within all things." 27. Only those who are present can truly experience the essence of life. Life is experienced in its fullest when we are fully present. By letting go of distractions and attachments to the past or future, we open ourselves to the beauty and truth of life as it unfolds in the now. This presence allows us to experience life directly, without the distortions of the mind. As Tolle shares in The Power of Now, life is now. There was never a time when your life was not now, nor will there ever be. To truly experience the essence of life, we must be present in each moment, free from the filters of our thoughts and judgments. 28. Human history is the long, terrible story of man trying to find something other than the present moment to make him happy. Throughout history, people have sought happiness in external things: wealth, status, material possessions. Health, status, material possessions. Health, status, material possessions. Yet true happiness has always been available in the present moment. The constant search for fulfillment outside of the now leads to disappointment, as peace and joy can only arise when we are fully present. Tolle reflects on this in A New Earth, stating, "The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it." Our minds constantly seek happiness in things, but the only true fulfillment can be found in the acceptance of the present moment. When we stop looking outside ourselves, happiness is revealed in the now. 31. Faith is the ability to stay present in uncertainty. Faith is not about holding on to a belief in something external, but about trusting the present moment, even when life feels uncertain. In moments of doubt, faith becomes an active surrender to what is, and in that surrender, we find peace. The belief that everything is unfolding at the right time, without the need for control or certainty, becomes the foundation of true faith. When you trust, you become more deeply attuned to the present moment, and you are free of fear about the future, writes Eckhart Tolle in A New Earth. True faith, he suggests, is less about waiting for future promises and more about embracing what is right in front of you. 32. We meet no ordinary people in our lives, for we are all expressions of the present moment. Every person we meet is an expression of life unfolding. These are not just ordinary encounters, but moments that reflect the greater unfolding of the universe. When we are present, we see beyond the labels and judgments, and we recognize the deep connection that binds us all. In The Power of Now, Tolle encourages us to realize that when you meet someone, you are meeting yourself in a new form. Every interaction is an opportunity to witness life as it manifests in another person, allowing us to experience the interconnectedness of all beings. 33. Everyone thinks forgiveness is a lovely idea until they have something to forgive. Forgiveness sounds simple, but it is a practice that becomes truly meaningful when we are personally hurt. It's easy to say that we forgive, but the challenge lies in releasing the mental story and emotional charge tied to the past. True forgiveness frees us, not the other person, allowing us to return to the peace of the present. Eckhart Tolle's words in A New Earth resonate here. Forgiveness is to give up all hope for a better past. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves by letting go of past pain and returning to the present moment. 34. Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Living with integrity means aligning our actions with our deepest values, even when there is no external recognition. In the power of now, the present moment is emphasized as the only true moment in which we can act from our deepest essence without ego distractions. As Tolle states, the present moment is the field on which the game of life happens. It is the only moment there is. Integrity, then, is about living truthfully in the now, without the need for validation, because that is where our true selves reside. 35. Children are not a distraction from more important work. They are the most important work. Parenting is more than just a job. It's an opportunity to practice presence and mindfulness. In A New Earth, Tolle suggests that children are a mirror for our unconscious patterns, and through them, we are invited to practice being present. They live fully in the now, and in that, they teach us more than we can imagine. Through the child, the present moment is revealed to us, Tolle writes in A New Earth. In each interaction with children, we are reminded to embrace the present moment, for it is the only true work of life. 36. A children's story that can only be enjoyed by children is not a good children's story. Good stories resonate beyond age. They touch on universal truths that are timeless and can be appreciated by both children and adults alike. Like a well-crafted story, the wisdom of the present moment transcends age and experience. In The Power of Now, Tolle reflects, the ego wants to be in control, but the truth always manifests in the present moment, which is timeless. Just as a good story speaks to the essence of life, the wisdom of the present moment is available to all, regardless of age. 37. True humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. Humility is not about self-deprecation, but about transcending the ego's constant need for validation. When we live in the present moment, free from the need for external validation, we encounter true humility. It's the recognition that we are more than our ego, and in this awareness, humility naturally arises. In A New Earth, Tolle states, the ego is always trying to take the form of something that it is not, be it the form of the doer, the achiever, the thinker, or the feeler. True humility comes when we let go of these false identities, leaving us to simply be present and accept life as it is. Insights from Eckhart Tolle's teachings provide the basis for this collection of 37 quotes, which stress the need of living in the now for a genuine and harmonious life. Tolle's insights, reflected in his works like The Power of Now and A New Earth, reveal that genuine integrity, humility, and connection with others emerge when we let go of the ego's hold and concentrate on what is truly significant. Embracing the essence of the present moment, by releasing our concerns about what has been, or what is to come, we can discover tranquility in the present moment. These teachings guide us to understand that our truest purpose lies not in the pursuit of accolades or material wealth, but in embracing the essence of life as it unfolds, unburdened by the noise of our thoughts. By embracing awareness and being fully present, we open ourselves to profound connections, a tranquil spirit, and a life led by authenticity and kindness. Stop wasting time and make every moment count in your life. Subscribe to Motivation Basics for daily motivational videos on personal growth. Show your commitment by liking the video and commenting the word GROW. Be sure to share it with someone who needs to slow down in life. We're in this together.